How do you handle negative people and negative influences within an organization?
If your culture enables negativity, you will grow. It's like rabbits in heat, they'll multiply. And so we're not talking about people that have situational negativity. That happens in everybody's life. Some of you have had a moment of negativity when you didn't win a prize a while ago. Some of you are negative about the person sitting next to you who won the damn prize. So that goes with the territory. And I'm not talking about a person that have a bad day. There's people that come to work and have a bad day. I know people have a bad week, a bad month, a bad time of the month, a bad 9 months, an unplanned 9 months. I know people have had an entire bad year, particularly the last year. I'm talking about people who want to have a bad life on your clock. And every day they have constant verbal diarrhea coming out of their lips. They have no pie hole management, and they're chronically negative. Now, we call those people BMGs, bellyachers, moaners, and groaners. And they come in three forms. There's the aggressive bellyacher, the one that's always in your face going, nah, 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 just daring you to take them out because they're telling you, you got to have me because we don't have any staff and you're lucky I'm here, so put up with my crap. Then there's the passive moaner, the one that's going, nah, 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 nah. And then there's the group groaner. The group groaner is the one that needs to get people in a pinky swear going down the hall groaning because misery loves company. These are actually the Osama bin Ladens of your cult. These will grow followers. So, how do you handle them? One, I would set up a standard in my building that says from now on we implement the following policy, P equals S, P equals S. And P equals S should be plastered on your bulletin board, your break rooms, in your toilets, everywhere. And P equals S means if you got a problem, you have to bring up a solution. It's real simple. And I would tell people, we are a solution-oriented culture for the frail and elderly people. They count on us for solutions. So we are not here to snitch, gripe, complain, moan, sticky note leave, whine, snivel. We are here to solve problems. So we'll take any problem that anybody wants to bring up as long as you bring up a solution. Now, chronically negative people only bring up problems about them, their load, their days off, me, 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 me. They never bring up problems about the customers or the company. They bring up problems about themselves. And so the first thing I would do is make everybody sign a P equals S policy in your company. That's the first thing I would do. We have many clients, you can see them on our website, that have these policies. Commitment to solutions, they're named all kinds of things on our website. But the point is that we are a solution-oriented culture. You managers in the room, you know who you are. I told you before, you're the ones with the doors. Okay? I'm telling you right now, you should have a sign on your door that says, enter with solutions. You should have a voicemail that says, hi, this is Chris. I knew you'd be calling. You always do. After the beep, please leave the message you're about to leave for me with the problem, along with 2 solutions you believe I should implement to fix the problem. Otherwise, I shall delete the message, love, Chris. That changes the entire culture. People say culture change takes 3 years. That's BS. It takes about 3.5 minutes using Larry the Cable Guy, get her done. But you have to change yourself. Quit enabling people to bring you problems. Some of you should have signs on your door that say, bring them with you, because there's always a them. And when they come in and go, I need to tell you something, but I don't want you to tell them I told you. No, I'm going to tell them quickly, right now. At this very minute, I'm going to go get them. So did you talk to them first? No, well, let's go get them and talk with them. Stop the crap of allowing people to bring up problems, and particularly about other people. Now, how do you make this happen in your culture? You're going to have to be ready to understand what I'm going to tell you. It's the toughest thing, and we've worked with hundreds and hundreds of organizations on revenue or staffing, and I'm going to tell you we have never, ever implemented any of our systems without having to lose a few. Did you hear what I just said? I said if you want to staff your building, you're going to have to be willing to get rid of Bob and Hagatha. And some of you are holding on to them because but at least they show up for work. That's the freaking problem. They show up for work. If they'd take 2 weeks off, we'd have a hell of a week. But no, they're always there. They're there right now, implanting seeds of doom in the rest of the people out back by the blue dumpster, if you allow them to smoke out there. By the way, we think all in-services should be at the blue dumpster. Just pop out as the administrator and go, hello. By the way, that's a way to get staff to show up for work. Free Marlboros for everybody who makes it. So some of you are going, God, I'd show up for that. But the thing I'm trying to tell you is that your culture has to be, I'm not defining positivism as syrupy, sweet, goody two-shoes, cheerleader, pom-pom. I'm defining positivism as a solution-oriented attitude. It's very simple. If you're going to spit something out of your lips that's a problem, spit something out of your lips that's a solution. Now, the first time you ask chronically negative people for solutions, they will come up with 2 solutions. Hire somebody or buy something. Buy something means pay me more. And you need to be able to say, can't do that, appreciate the input, what else do you think we ought to do? That's called ask for plan B. Now, if you're willing to do this, the culture changes overnight. You will have people coming out of the swamp cheering you because you've went after the swamp ogre. You will. There are people in your building that are looking to you on what you're going to do about these chronically negative people. So, this goes deep. Quit taking emails from people with just the problem. If they don't put a solution on the email, don't respond. They will email you back. Did you get my email? And don't respond again. They'll go nuts. Did you get my email? And then you finally go, yes, I destroyed it. Because it had no solutions on it. People will get this very quickly if you decide that you're a solution-oriented person. You don't have to be positive all the time. You can go home and finish off the bottle, put the air purifier out for the cat and hope it kills it. Okay. I'm not a cat lover, so I don't care. But I wouldn't kill them, but I wouldn't swerve to miss them either. So the point is, you can have a bad day. You can have a bad day. But you, by the way, in this room, just clean this up. You get paid to have a better attitude. And it goes all the way up to the CEO, who gets paid to be Mr. Skippy-Doo-Dah. That's the rules. The more you get paid, the more positive you have to be. Positive defined as solution-oriented. So when you enable problem finders, coddle them, put up with them, allow them, and some of them are duplicitous. For some of you old enough to remember, Leave It to Beaver, there was Eddie Haskell. He was always really nice to Mr. and Mrs. Cleaver, but was messing with the beaver. Now, you people under 30 don't have a clue what I just said there, and so you'll have to Google that. But there's people that are really nice to you, but as soon as you turn their back, they're out messing. And by the way, why am I so picky about negative people? Who do you think are the ones that are running off the new help? What do you think the wolves are? By the way, the negative people want to tell you that the staffing is doomed, it's horrible, we'll never find any help, and I'm tired of working all these extras. But they really don't want you to fix staffing because they can't hold you hostage for when they'll work, when they'll not work, when they can call off, when they'll not call off, how they can game the schedule and pick up the overtime. By the way, check me out. You have, if a 100-bed building, you have 8 people that absconded with $200,000 or more in overtime last year. Guaranteed. They need chaos in the staffing program. They need it. Just check me out. And by the way, those are the same people who didn't punch out for lunch, called in sick on the weekends. I didn't document the stuff to get the right reimbursement. It's the same people. I told you that yesterday. You have to decide it's over. Get them a seat on the bus to the competitor. Drive by slow and go tuck and roll. You don't want to ruin the brakes to stop, so just Now you're going, Clint, that doesn't seem very nice. See, Chris gives out a Dove Award. Our conference, we give out a scavenger award. Best buzzard wins. And so, because Mark Perkinson, I love Mark Perkinson. He and I go way back, and he's got to worry about 14,000 nursing homes. I don't. I got to worry about yours and how you're going to beat the neighbors. And how are you going to beat the neighbors with a bunch of knuckleheads, rum-dums, and nitwits? By the way, those are 3 classifications. Some of you are going to go, aren't they all the same? Google it. So I just want to make sure you're clear. I'm not asking you to go tell them, but P equals S also stands for something else. Put up or shut up. And if you're going to decide that we're going to be a solution-oriented culture, it will be on the street. We work in New York City in 700-bed nursing homes. And there were times that on the 14th floor, people knew from 3 subway stops, because no one can afford to work in Manhattan and live in Manhattan. They have to live 3 subway stops away. The word was on the street, don't work on the 14th floor up there, because there was insurgents and idiots. And if that's in Manhattan in a 700-bed building, I assure you, in your 92-bed Chateau Ranch-style nursing home, the word's on the street. So as long as you harbor those idiots, you're not going to get any other people to apply up there. They know those idiots. And by the way, if you think people are positive and negative, and as soon as they clock out, they go get positive, no way. They're negative when they go home. They get on Facebook and tell everybody what a dump I work at. They just don't name the dump so they won't get in trouble. But everybody knows where they work, and they think they're your idiot. Now, I know this is tough, and I didn't say you have to do it overnight. I simply said one of the corner pieces to staffing is quit putting up with people who do not meet your standards. And there's one standard. By the way, you managers always ask me, what is my job? Your job is to manage the attitude of the organization. That's your job, not the policies and procedures and the techniques. You've got to do that as a minimum. Your job is to manage the attitude. And I'm asking you to just have one attitude, solution-oriented cultures. Quit starting meetings where 20 minutes of the QAPI is the problem. Hell, we know the problem. We've got falls. They're dropping out of bed faster than we can get trampoline floors in. I mean, that's my solution for falls, because then we could bill it as gravity-assisted rehab. But just another idea. You have to decide to get started on the solutions. By the way, QAPI, quality assurance, performance improvement, you know what? The QA is important, and you got to check the QA, but what's really important is the PI, the performance improvement. That's a solution-oriented culture. You know what's a bad QAPI? They're falling. What's the solution? Let them fall. Don't take any people with a fall risk. Yes, let's convert our SNF to an independent living. Okay? And by the way, they still fall at the independent living. Okay? So, I'm going to stop this piece because I'm telling you it comes down to one thing. Deciding if you want to bring up a problem, you have to bring up a solution. It's that simple. And I meant what I said for some of you managers who are enabling these people to come in your office and gripe. If they'll do it in front of you, what do you think they're doing out there with the brand new staff? I mean, you have any idea? You only see in the tip of the iceberg when they're in your office. You need to be putting that sign on the door, enter with solutions. And then you teach people what the sign means. And in 10 days, I shall enforce the policy. If you can't come in with a solution, you can't come in. And people say, well, you used to have an open door policy. That's true, but I went to the Harmony Conference 21 and met a man from Omaha. Now, people don't know what to do with that damn statement, but it'll stun them. By the way, many of you have never said that in your entire life. Turn to your neighbor right now and go, I met a man from Omaha. Now do that right now, okay? It's kind of cleansing, isn't it? It can work for many things. Why didn't you come to church on Sunday? I met a man from Omaha, okay? Why did you drink excessively last night? I met a man from Omaha. You can use it for many things. Why are you secretly texting? I met a man from Omaha. Now, please understand, it's okay to blame me if you want to. Just decide it's changing. And I'm telling you one more time, you might have to lose 2 or 3 people to gain a bunch. Now, do you have questions on that topic, or we'll move to the next question?
I have a comment. Okay. So I have a PowerPoint called C2H4 ethylene. Ethylene is the gas that comes out of an apple that's rotten, and it's scientifically proven that if that apple is bad on your kitchen table, on your counter, it expedites the rotting of the other apples in the bowl. In other words, if you have a bad apple in the organization, it spreads. And it's more,
Absolutely.
it is so significant. And one of my other sort of comments is that you are what you hang with. So if the group has persistent negativity or, you know, just whatever the culture is, that is a reflection of you. And I think, can I tell you the 2 biggest takeaways for me? Because I have always said if someone resigns, it's a reflection of their boss. But you said something that I think is amazing. You said that, well, because I'm an overachiever, you know, so like of course I'm like self-blame for everything. But it could be that the boss is tolerating the behavior of employees that are unacceptable. That I think is...
Well, Chris, I got to tell you, the number in enabling skills in this room is unbelievable. Some of you have degrees in enabling.
How, because why?
Because we believe that that's kindness. We believe that's compassion. We believe that's what we're there for. That's crap. Being kind doesn't mean let people... If you were kind, would you leave your door unlocked and tell the robbers in ski mask out front, please come on in, take what you want? You wouldn't do that. You would decide those people don't belong in your home. I'm not telling you not to be kind and helpful, and I'm willing to work with somebody who's going through a period of bad time, a bad kid, a bad marriage, a bad medical problem. Please be there for them. That's not the person I'm talking about. I'm talking about the person, and right now, without liquor, you at your table could name them right now. With liquor, you can get them all. I'm talking about the chronic negative people. By the way, you want to know the secret? Take one of them out, the rest of them go, oh my God. Did I say go take them out tomorrow? I just say to tell them you're on a path toward de-hire status. That's a fancy term for I'm going to fire your ass. That would be better HR wording, de-hire. So, some of you are going to write that one down and use that. Guys, I'm not asking the building to be positive all day. I'm asking the building to be solution-oriented all day. That's what I'm asking. All right, any questions?